So this is my design for the Pinafore. I haven't decided yet if I just want to make the front straight or if I want to gather it a little bit in the middle, but it's basically just straps attached, a square, and a little pleated skirt with a waistband that I think I'm going to make button on the side. I'm kind of into this button idea lately. Yeah, so I've just been really feeling like I want a simple pinafore to go over some of my like sleep dresses to make getting ready easier in the morning. And here is the fabric I have for it. It is a wool. Let's see here. My pink and tan wool, and then some linen for a lining on the waistband and the I guess like bib part. Yeah, that linen is super soft too. I've used it for a couple of projects lately. And it matches perfectly to the kind of off-white little accents here on this. So yeah, I'm basically just going to cut out, let's go back to the pattern. This pattern is basically just 2 big rectangles and then 2 small rectangles and then a bunch of long rectangular strips. And the this part, the bib part here, and the little straps are lined, and then the skirt is unlined. So yeah, I'm going to just cut that out. Okay, so I have just planned out using my mannequin kind of what I want this pinafore to look like. So it's going to have 2 straps, but I was using the other one to cut out the little pieces for the lining, and it's basically going to be identical from the front and the back. So this top part is just a basically kind of like a almost square rectangle. Then there are 2 long rectangles for the straps, I guess medium-sized rectangles. And then this waistband is going to be like this, and I think I'm going to gather the bottom of this just a little bit instead of making it totally flat. And then each side has like 3 little pleats, and then it's going to basically, I'm going to cut these a little bit shorter so that I can put in some eyelets and then lace them closed, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, so it's adjustable. I really want clothes that are adjustable. And then it's basically going to be identical in the back. I haven't pinned it because I was using the pattern pieces to cut out the other sides. But yeah, it's just going to be identical on the back so I can wear it on both sides, you know, like to get more use out of it. And then here's my lining for my straps, and then my lining for my top. And I'm just going to basically sew the sew them right sides together and then flip it inside out. And then I'll add the straps in afterwards. I'll like pick it and then put it in, and I will attach the waistband. There's also a lining for the waistband and no lining for the skirt, just the skirt is plain. So all I have to do now is pleat the other side. I'm going to just match these pleats and then start attaching it. Okay, so first I'm going to sew my straps together, and then I'm going to sew my front and back of the torso pieces together, and then I will attach a waistband and add the skirt. Okay, so what I've done is pin the little straps in the inside of the bib front, and so when I sew it together and then I pull it inside out, it will make it like that. Yeah, super easy, and I've actually left a little extra on both sides just in case I ever want to change the size. I can actually just unpick it and then pull like another inch or so out of there. Yeah, so almost done the top. And here's a note to make sure that your little straps are facing the same side, matching the fabric as, so that you don't have to unpick it like I did. So if the lining is facing this side, when you turn it inside out, it's not going to be on the right side. So let me just show you what happens. Oh no, is this twisted? Please don't be twisted. Okay, it's not. Yeah, so then when you flip it inside out, oh, I should really get my tripod. It's downstairs. Anyway, when you flip it inside out, there you go. You have it like that. Okay, so what I've done here is pin on my waistband, and I'm going to trim off a little of this bib front also, but I'm going to leave some of it. Oh, sorry, I have the hiccups. It's so annoying. That's what I get for eating cereal, mostly lying down. Yeah, so I've just pinned it so when it flips over, it's in the middle. It's hiccups, it's terrible. And I'm just done that on both sides, and then I'm going to flip it over and attach the skirt to the front, and then pin the under the lining of the waistband to the skirt, and sew that on, and we'll be almost, oh my god. And we'll be almost done, and I'm just going to reinforce also the end a little bit, I think, with another piece of fabric so I can do eyelets. So before I sew the skirt onto the waistband, I'm actually going to sew up the side seams all the way because the skirt is going to be open on the sides, so I don't need to worry about sewing it together. I just need to worry about this, so I'm going to sew this and then do a little hem, and then I will attach it to the waistband because I find it much easier to use to sew like a hem on something straight than something that is or a smaller piece than something that's sewn onto something bigger. So yeah, I'm just doing this, and then I will attach it to the waistband, and I will show you an idea I have about doing that in just a bit. Okay, so I already did this on the other side, and I really like how it turned out. So I'm going to show you what hold on, let me, so I can actually move my hand. I'm going to show you what I did to attach my skirt, and I'm going to trim back this bib piece and actually sew it to this kind of what I'm using as an interlining. It's just a piece of kind of thick wool. And then I'm going to trim this wool so that it actually fits inside of the waistband when I fold it over. So I was worried about a lot of bulk in my waistband, but I wanted to have this interlining, and I don't really use fusible interfacing much. So what I decided to do was just lay my skirt flat onto here and sew it on without doing it so it's flipped over. So basically what it's going to be is sewn flat onto here so it's held in place, and then I will fold this is my lining, over and fold over on the front side, and then just top stitch along here. And I think that is going to work absolutely perfectly. And then all I will have to do is hem the bottom of the skirt and then add some eyelets on the edge of here. Okay, so let me show you how that's sewn on, just so it's a little easier to understand. It's basically just flat onto here. And then I'm just going to fold this over like this so it's not showing, and then press it all down, pin it on both sides, and then sew it up. I have to make sure to fold in these little edges. Okay, so let me show you how I am doing these super simple eyelets that I'm using to attach the pinafore on the front and back. So previously I just hemmed up. I left the selvage on my hem just because it was one less stitch that I had to do, and I want to make this as simple as possible. And of course I have to trim off my threads. So let me see here, the last one of these that I have to do. And there are some more decorative eyelets that you can do, but I am just doing a super simple one. So I'm taking my awl. This is actually like I don't know where my regular awl is. So this is actually for like from Home Depot for making tools, but it has a larger little, I don't know what the circumference diameter of this is, but it makes a larger hull than some of my other awls that I have. So I'm using this one. And just literally try to push it through. Coming! My cat wants to come in. He's feeling very left out. And that just makes a hull. And sometimes you just have to go back over the holes like before you're going to sew it. Okay, so here I have my hulls, and I just go in from the top and then back through this hull. And I want to leave a little loop here. This is how I just do my simple eyelets. It's kind of a similar way that I do a buttonhole stitch. And then to secure it, I just pull it through this double layer of that. And then I actually go back up through the hole for this first stitch and catch this. And then kind of pull, this happens annoyingly sometimes, pull this here. Try to keep it in focus. Okay, so then I just go down and up through here. Leave a little loop. I feel like I need like a GoPro for my head sometimes, because it would be easier to show this on camera, like from my own POV, because I have to be able to see it, but then I'm trying to show people. Anyway, so, oops, I just do that, and then I pull towards here. Smokey, no! Oops. You're gonna fall. And I just do this all the way around, going down through the hole, coming up through my layers here, pulling it, catching this, and then I pull towards the hull, so there's kind of extra reinforcement this way. And I'll just continue going all the way around until I have something that looks like this. Sir? Hello? Don't worry, the iron isn't on. Hi, handsome. Hi. Okay, so this is how you put on the Pinafore. You just have to lace it, and I kind of wish that I had done something different for the back, because it's really hard to do this behind my own back. So I wish I had made the front, or like the back part that ties in the front, adjustable. In this way, and then had just regular ties in the back. Even though I wanted it to be reversible, it's kind of annoying to do this, and if I was doing it again, I would definitely choose a different option. I know this video may seem like I left out a lot of steps, but it was already so long that I didn't want to record every single little thing. And it's a pretty simple garment to make, but if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. And now for the reveal of the full look.